Good evening. Welcome to Saturday Night RC Live with JMH RC and RC Basher Boy, who should be joining in a moment. And we're going to have what's under the shirt tonight and chat about whatever else we can come up with. Just posted a link, Gabe, if you there we go. Hey, Brian.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going?
Oh, hanging in.
Good. Recover from last weekend?
Not really. I started doing yard work this morning, and that lasted about a half hour. Then I went ahead and did the right thing and took a nap.
There he is. There's Gabe.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
How's everyone doing?
Doing good, thanks. Doing good. How about yourself, Gabe? How you doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well. I miss coming to these things. What happened?
Right? Sort of weird, you know?
Yeah.
But we are back. And I decided I got something under the shirt to see if anybody can guess what it is. And
Definitely.
let's see what you got here.
I was pretty lazy tonight. Actually, this vehicle sleeps with me. This vehicle is the truck that started it all. So this is my.
This is the one the girlfriend hijacked, right?
That's correct. Yes, that's
Okay.
the one. That's correct.
Right.
Yeah, it's here.
Okay. So it's in safe hands.
Yeah, and it's here with me, and it's here live. So I'm assuming there's a crawler under that T-shirt.
There's an RC under that T-shirt.
I have an idea what it is, but I'll keep it quiet.
There's definitely an RC under that shirt. Welcome, KBRC. How's it going, Beanfield?
All right.
Hey, Keith. How's it going?
Hey. Okay. Trying to get my camera working here.
Sure. Good evening. Welcome.
Trying to get my camera working.
We have Trail Crawlers RC on the chat. How's it going, my friend? Welcome.
Dennis, how's it going?
That's right. Our RC Dennis. Yeah?
Yep. He's joining us now.
Listen to me.
You missed some good crawling last weekend.
Oh, we did? Really?
Yeah, Stone
So
Mountain.
tell us about the event, man. What was
Stone Mountain is beautiful.
Camera
Oh my
working.
God.
Yeah.
Beautiful place.
Good evening.
Going, Dennis.
Hey, Dennis.
Yeah, KB, I think you need to mute your YouTube.
Yeah, I shut it off already. It's not on.
Okay. RC, see you next Tuesday. Welcome. Thanks for joining.
Hello. Good evening.
But
I'm
yeah,
trying to
the
get the
event last
camera.
weekend.
Oh, there's the camera.
The event last weekend, Fur Baby Crawl that Honey Lulu and Wayne Kibler put on. Great event. We had a great time. I think they raised $1,201 for the animal shelter, plus 86 pounds of animal food and toys. a successful event in that regards for the purpose, but had a great time. Stone Mountain is phenomenal to play around and crawl on. So honestly, there's hours and hours and hours of crawling to be had there.
And I'm sure we have plenty to catch up. I mean, did you get some footage of that event and stuff?
I have some footage. Yeah, thanks, Brian. I do have some footage, but a big part of my footage, actually, I think I'm done and over with using a GoPro because I keep losing footage with my GoPro.
Really? Wow.
I did a ton of recording with my GoPro. All my trip up the mountain, tug of war, was all on my GoPro. And Monday I made a pretty big trip. I say a big trip, but a long weekend out of this event for me. So I drove up Friday to Atlanta. Obviously, we met up at Fern Solos on Friday afternoon, evening, and that was a great time hanging out there.
Yeah.
He has a nice 124 scale crawler course in his backyard. It was pretty cool. And they cooked some phenomenal food. Fern, if you're out there, thanks again to you and your wife. Food was awesome. Hospitality was awesome. And
did
Saturday,
Did Chelsea get to see his epic mask collection?
he brought like 3 or 4 of them out to us and was telling us about, what did he say? He's got 14 or 15, I think he's got right now.
Yeah.
But so we saw a few of them. And for those of you who haven't met Fern in person, you know, I've met the man behind the mask, which is sort of funny. We had a funny conversation about that. But we did.
So Fern Solo is pretty much the Batman of YouTube. He does not want to show his face, you know, on YouTube at all. So that's what he does. He just pretty much puts a Mexican wrestler's face mask
Luchador.
on there. So that's
He's
how
a luchador.
he presents himself to the world.
Yes.
A luchador. Yes, that's right. That's correct.
So, but a great person to hang out with, and they have a beautiful home there. And,
Definitely.
his garage setup is awesome for his RCs, just hanging out. But Saturday was.
RC Master, good evening. Welcome.
Oh yeah. Welcome. Thanks for joining. But yeah, I filmed all day, pretty much all day Saturday on my GoPro. I filmed Sunday on my GoPro because we went back to Stone Mountain and went to the other side of the mountain and filmed. And then Monday I went to a place called Slick Rock Park in Columbus, Georgia, and was filming there. And when I went to turn the GoPro back on, it says memory card corruption. And I've had this happen before, and everything that was on my memory card is now lost.
Oh,
that sucks, man.
So I was going to have 7 videos from that whole weekend, and I'm now only going to have 3 videos.
Yeah, that blows, man.
But I had a blast. Like, I mean, met a lot of cool people. The little competition they had, only 5 gates, but it was challenging. It was fun. Had a good time with that. Fern beat me by 1 second. He got 3rd place, and I ended up in 4th.
Oh wow!
Got to meet Sean's RC Adventure. It was great being able to chat with him a little bit. And
Angry Irishman.
Yep.
He was driving 2 trucks at once, which was pretty awesome.
Yes, that was definitely cool seeing him drive 2 trucks.
That's his signature move, man. Ever since I met him, he's always doing that. So yeah,
and that was cool. And you know, one of the awesome things about the event is the part of Stone Mountain we're going up. It's, you know, there's hundreds of people going up and down that mountain that day. Like, you know, people were there exercising, people were there sightseeing, you know, whatever. People with their kids and stuff. And I don't know how many times people were stopping, taking videos of us with our RCs. And I don't know how many times me personally, I know everybody else had it too, but like, people were like, kids are like, oh, look, there's a kid in the passenger seat of this RC. And, you know, it was like, I mean, I actually had one guy at the top. He's like, did you build this? Is it a kit? So I'm sort of explaining it to him. He's like, well, how much? And I'm telling him. He's like, okay, it's not too bad. So pretty sure some kids gonna have some RCs after that event. So it's amazing. Even adults.
Yeah, another thing that was cool was like it was different. I mean, every type of person you can imagine, every ethnic background. I mean, it was crazy. Would stop and ask.
RC Master, yes. Me and Sean had a brief conversation about his love for 24 scale RCs. And I'm really seriously considering doing it. I joked about it, but I think it should happen. Is a GoFundMe so we can buy Sean a 124 scale RC. I've joked about it, but I think it's time that it actually happens.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think I might surprise him on my event when he comes into town. Paying it to him.
That would actually be pretty good, I think.
I'd donate I'd donate a little bit for that, man. Be cool.
Yeah, we had a great time. A lot
as
of
long
great
as he videos it when he catches it on fire, burns it up.
Or when he boots it, because that's what he keeps saying he'd do if he gets
he's gonna
booting
boot it.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely it was a great event. A lot of awesome stuff. Adventure Time RC was there. Brent's always a blast to hang out with him. Got to see two of his new builds that I've seen it in video but hadn't seen in person. Was it the Buffalo? He bought it at USTE, the military blazer. It was cool to see, and he had the one he just finished. And he won first place in the show and shine with that one. So
yeah, that was that Cross RC that he just picked up.
Yep. And he drove it to the top of Stone Mountain and back, and he was pleasantly surprised. Hey, Barbecue Altered RC, welcome. But yeah, he drove it to the top and back. Exo Caged RC was there. The Kibblers, Larry's RC Adventure, I think.
Larry's RC Room.
RC Room. There you go. Thanks, Brian. But yeah, a lot of fun. Great day of crawling and beautiful view at the top of the mountain. So if anybody ever get the opportunity, you need to go to Stone Mountain for crawling. Definitely.
Now, don't forget Cody from Dixieland. He was there.
Cody was there as well. Sunday it was Brian, Cody, the Kibblers, Larry, and Exocage and myself. We went back on Sunday to the other side of the mountain. I know Exocage's already, I think, published his video. We got to play in some water. Me and Cody in particular, I accidentally knocked his over in the water, and his drowned it out in the water, but it recovered. But we had some fun on Sunday as well.
How did Cody get stuck in that mud in that hole, that water?
So he went. We both went in. He went in, and I went in with my 6x6, and my 6x6 actually the back end started floating, and I was trying to turn, and then I backed up, and as I backed up, he was turning, and I hit it, and it just knocked it over. Wasn't meant. I didn't mean to, obviously, but it happened. But it was all in fun. We had a good time playing around and trying to find things to crawl on and just driving around. And again, we had kids. Actually, it was funny. We're standing there. I think it's in Exocage's video too. Like one of the kids is like, "Do any of y'all do YouTube videos?" And you hear Cody, and he's like, "Yeah, I do." He goes, "Wait a minute." Cody goes, "Wait a minute. All five of us do our videos." So they're asking the channel names and stuff, and it was cool. Like I said, there was a lot of RC information, I'd say, given out. Welcome, Javier, 11 Charlie. Welcome.
How you doing, Javier?
Hello. Good evening.
And there was some veterans from the 11 Charlie gang there as well. It was a good event. I'll definitely go back up there.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to make it to the next one. Yeah. Kind of bummed out we couldn't make it to this one. But
I wish you could have made it, but it's understandable.
yeah, I mean, health's a little bit more important right now. And,
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
we're both just starting to get back to 100%. I went out and comped today, and man, what a rough course. There was so many gates that you would think would be next to impossible, and there was some guys crawling them like it wasn't even there.
Nice.
Yeah, it was rough. I wound up 15th out of 37 drivers.
Ain't terrible. I mean, mid-pack, so.
Yeah, I mean, I wound up 146 points, and the guy that won had 37 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, he not one gate, not one recovery or repo. I think he had, I take that back. He had one gate and he had 21 reverses, and that was it. And now we got to do it again next week, and that'll be it. That'll be done for the points.
JMH, I gotta show you something real quick. I'll be back in a second.
11 Charlie, no problem, man. It's the least I could do. Yeah, we had a good time. There's a great place not far from Stone Mountain, Metro Diner. If you're ever up there, their cake is phenomenal. Food's pretty good. Food is pretty good, but yeah, that is the thing that Sherry was talking about. We all like Cody, Brian, the Kibblers, Exo Cage, Larry, myself. We went there for dinner after Saturday, and the cake is off the chain. And then we ended up meeting back there and had breakfast Sunday morning before getting back on the Stone Mountain. So the breakfast is decent too, but cake is the way to go.
Can you see that?
Nice.
That's your air conditioner.
Nice. All right.
That's
I like
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yep. Good job.
3D printed that out, and the rest is wood.
Nice. Very nice.
And I
That's
just
awesome.
finished putting this the sway bars on there too.
Okay, very nice. So yeah, we I think one of the veterans, or at least one of the veterans' friends, maybe won the Kibler's buggy.
That was one of the veterans that's supposed to be getting the induction. No,
I think so. I think you're right. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Oh, sweet. Javier got the package.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah, Javier, I 3D printed the interior that he sent with that. So
yeah, I gave him a couple of your stickers in the interior, and
yeah, that was awesome that the veteran won.
Hey, Brandon. Good evening. Welcome.
That rig, that was pretty cool. Yeah, welcome, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
That was pretty cool. Brian himself, he made out pretty good as well there at the event. He won quite a few things.
That's cool.
Yeah, we had a good weekend of crawling, so it was nice. So for everybody that's watching, there is a RC under that shirt. It's one of my RCs. It's been on my channel. Trying to think what I'm willing to say and what I'm willing not to say.
Just a small hint.
Let's see.
Fast or slow?
Depends on what trim, because current trim, it's not fast. It has been fast
So it's
before.
the crawler. Oh, it has been.
I'm not going to answer that. It has been fast before.
Basher Boy, you got sway bars on your crawler?
Just links. That's it.
Just slings. Yeah.
I know Exo
Yeah,
Cage. He does usually rear sway bars a lot of times in some of his crawlers. He likes them. I don't have any sway bars on any of mine currently.
Don't flip over at all now. I can take a corner full speed.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah, you got this thing covered pretty good. I'm trying to look at the way you got the tires and geez.
Full Gear RC, welcome.
Uncle Lee, how are
Uncle
you?
Lee, welcome.
Yeah, I tried when I put the shirt on it. I tried to position it as good as I could. Try not to give away any.
There we go.
Duratrax Evader.
Yeah, there you go.
I know it's not your
That's
6x6.
first
It's
one.
too small for that.
I'll rule out the 6x6 for sure.
Yeah, it's
I don't even
too
think that
small
shirt
for
would.
that.
I don't think that shirt would even cover it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Duratrax Evader because it looks like you got the bigger tires underneath the J, and in front of the C you got some small tires.
That's interesting. Speaking of fast RCs, Saturday night, me and Brian, he's got some drag RCs, and I got my first little taste of drag RCs thanks to Brian. So we played a little bit in the parking lot of the hotel we were at with his drag RC. That was cool.
Oh, Brian, you know what he's buying next?
Oh yeah.
He already knows what I've already bought. So I've actually purchased tonight a chassis thanks to Brian for to convert one of my rigs, to better set it up, I should say, one of my rigs for that. I have a rig that's decently quick, but it needs a few things, and so I've got a different chassis coming for it that will help. So yeah, I guess you could say I'm slowly working on a drag setup. Element Gatekeeper has sway bar kit, has adapters for installing on the regular Enduros. Good to know.
And speaking of Element, have you guys seen the new the
Yes.
Ecto, they call it?
Yes,
Any thought on that?
I like it. I like it. Like it a lot.
I just seen one today at the
I
hobby
guess the
shop.
difference between that and the other.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, it's pretty much an enduro with a different body and maybe a few small other changes. But I mean, in my opinion, the fact that a manufacturer is targeting competition world to me is phenomenal. In my opinion,
One major change they did is they actually put trailing arms on the rear.
yes, it's got like correct. And the videos I've seen of it, it actually performs very well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
From what I've seen, like it looks impressive. I know I've honestly seen a lot of hate like online. I've seen a lot of people hating on it, saying like it's nothing but a gatekeeper with a J Concepts body, Creek body is basically what some people were saying. And I mean, you know, they're sort of right, but I mean, the fact that they put it together that way and put it out, I think is great.
Yeah, Javier from 11 Charlie, he's got one.
Oh, Javier, I'm jealous. Dang. I mean, I'm actually considering it. Like, I'm like, I'd have to change the tires first thing. But,
Yeah, and the price that they had on it at the hobby shop today wasn't bad. It was $379.
yeah, that's not a bad price.
No.
Yeah, it's decent.
I mean, that could
Price
be
is decent. Yeah.
That could be the next, like, I've had this conversation with a few people, and and we maybe even had it when I was at Ferns, talking about, you know, like what's a good rig to get into competition with, and like the Traxxas, you know, sport is like probably the best bang for your buck, you know, ready to run crawler to start competitions with. And the Echo may take that number one spot, I think, because it's an even smaller body than the Sport has. I mean, probably a servo, tires, you know, and go have fun. Honestly, I mean, technically you wouldn't even have to do that, but probably what I would do. And I think it's got a 5-pole motor on it, or 5-slot motor, not 5-pole.
Interesting.
5-slot
Wow.
motor. Yeah, we got some sneak peeks of it Saturday evening. Cody was getting some information on it before they actually released it, so we got a few sneak peeks. Looks promising. So what else? What everybody else got going on? Anybody? I mean, I know Dennis, you competed today. Anybody else done any crawling this week?
Going mudding tomorrow. Got a lot of rain down here.
I went bashing. I went bashing a couple of days ago. I decided to use my Rustler and just
Saw
use the
your
battery and
Instagram. Yep.
yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Sweet. Is your video out on that yet?
Yeah, it's already out. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't get the.
Yeah. Feel free to
I
check
didn't
it
get
out. I called it
Yeah,
the
I'll just-
Rustler, the Wheelie Madness.
Nice. Brandon's saying, yeah, but it would be a class 3 rig. Brandon, I'm not sure why the Echo would be class 3 rig. Looks like it fits right into class 2 perfectly, in my opinion, from what I've seen of it. Obviously, you can put bigger tires on it and make it technically class 3. Let's see here.
You getting rain down there, Basher boy?
Yeah, y'all getting rain in Texas?
Yeah, I'm getting drenched. I don't know if Basher boy is getting any.
No, just wind.
Yeah. It was pouring so hard today.
So gentlemen, I'm realizing that I'm getting like a very bad lag here in the stream. I don't know why, but hopefully it goes away.
Could be a little bit of your weather.
You sound good on this end, though.
Yeah, and it's been windy for days here, so I don't know if it's because of that. But I'm here. But no rain.
Nice.
So, John, was I close with the Duratrax Evader or what?
We'll give it just a little bit longer, and then I'll reveal what it is.
Is it your TRX4 Blazer?
Oh, I can rule that out right now. No.
Because I mean, you said it used to be fast, right? Because the TRX4 Blazer has the 2-speed. Maybe you disable that. I mean, I don't know. That's just me, but.
Oh, I also put 9mm lug extensions on this too. Help it stop rolling over. Yeah.
I think my internet's acting up here.
Did we just lose John?
For a second. Yeah, my internet's acting up, evidently.
So yeah, even me. Well, I don't know if I'm catching you, and I'm blaming me. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be me, possibly. Brandon, on the class situation, class 2, the cab of the at the windshield basically has to be as least as wide as the inside of your wheels, your front wheels. And from what I've seen, not seeing Ecto in person, it looks like the cab meets that qualifications. So that's at least Sorka rules. That's what it has to be. You can actually, pinch the front and dove the back, or vice versa, whatever they do. So under the shirt, I'm gonna share it one more time. See if anybody in the chat has any guesses.
Let's guess away. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So it's an RC. If you followed my channel, it's been on my channel before. Probably not super recent, but it has been on my channel. It's an
Well, I can
RC.
tell you it's a buggy. It could be a buggy because, the wheels sit low because of the shirt, the way it's mounted. Looks like a pair of, female breasts, right? So it has to be
Nice.
low. Hence it has to be a buggy.
Okay. All
Am
right.
I in the ballpark?
Yeah, I'd say you're in the ballpark. Brian, I'm curious
All right.
what you think it is.
I thought it was the Evader also.
Interesting. So let me stop sharing this, and I will show what it is. Let's see here. Let me spotlight. So I hate to disappoint everybody, but it is the Durtrax Evader. So, so good guess, Dennis. And we got Tank joining us. Welcome, Tank. Good job. Also, Brian as well. So yeah, for anybody that don't know, Fern Solo's in the house. Hey, Fern.
I don't.
But for anybody that don't know, this was my very first RC, hobby grade RC that I purchased probably about 15 years ago. Still have it. It still runs. Amazingly, right now it has a red cap crawler motor in it.
I was just coming in to tell you guys that's what that truck was, but I was just too late.
Yeah.
Just when I thought, I'm not surprised that Brian sort of knew what it was. It doesn't surprise me, but I was trying my best to position the shirt to not give anything away on the body, but I guess I didn't pay enough attention to the wheels. So, but yeah, it's definitely my Evader.
Hey, Tank, good evening.
Hey, how you doing?
John, the one that I have is the buggy.
The buggy version? Okay.
Yeah. So if you're still interested in that, you're more than
I'll
welcome.
definitely. I am interested. Which did I hear, Dennis, that that other event's going to be like in August 28th or something like that? Is that what I heard?
No, that is my buddies doing that for
Okay.
children's cancer.
Okay.
Mine is going to be mid-September.
Okay. Because I am serious about trying to come up for that one. So.
Yeah, I mean, the more the merrier. I mean, you guys will love it.
Yep, I agree. Hank, how's things up in your neck of the woods?
Nice and hot.
Nice and hot. Okay, that's a good thing.
My AC's not working either, so that's
not a good thing.
No.
Now, I seen a small little video the other day. Somebody had posted with a snowstorm up there.
Yes, in Western Canada, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. It looked like the middle of winter here.
Mm-hmm. Yep, wow. It was pretty bad.
Colorado RC Crawler, welcome. Thanks for joining.
Good evening. Welcome.
Tank, I would have made yours the other night, but I didn't get home from work till late. Now it's just dragging.
Not a problem. I know you guys can't make it to all the the live stream. That's okay.
I try to make it to all of them that, everybody's inviting me to, but this week's just been so rough at work, finally getting back. And, just a long week. Glad it's over.
Amen.
Yeah. Now I get to go play tomorrow and actually map out the trails for the first event for June 13th.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to get those mapped out, and I'll have them pinned on GPS so I know exactly which ones I want to do.
Sweet. What program are you using for that, or app or whatever?
Just Google Maps.
Okay, cool.
And another friend of mine, he's actually a veteran that's helping me out. He's going to use I think it's called Trail Walker.
Okay.
Sounds familiar.
And you can pin everything out as you're walking. So it'll give you exact where you're at.
I want to say that's the program I used to use. I used to do a fair amount of mountain biking down in Florida. Not that we have mountains, but trail riding, whatever you're going to call it. And I actually helped build a trail locally. And I want to say that's the program we used when we were first starting and mapping it out.
Right.
Bol Gear, thanks for dropping in. Have a good one.
Take care, Uncle Lee.
Good night, man.
So, Brian, what are you working on?
Was totally unprepared for Stone Mountain.
Why it broke down?
No, it just was not set up correctly.
Okay.
He wasn't pleased with the way it was running. Operating, I should
But
say.
I am putting your
Oh, nice. I gotta play with that some more too. The printing.
You print out some bumpers.
Yeah, actually, a buddy of mine printed those. He made those originally for my Predator, and he printed me a bunch of copies. And I was gonna have one for him that didn't have the JMHRC in there, and something happened to the file, and I got to start over. Brandon's wanting to know how much Fern will charge him for that paint job he has on his Toyota SR5. Interesting. I remember seeing that in his garage. Cool rig. So I think I figured out my next RC that I'm going to purchase.
Oh, yeah.
I bet
No,
you it's
because
going to be a TF2.
it's not going to be a TF2. No.
No?
I've already had technically. I've had a TF2 body on a Leaf Spring Gen 8 setup, but
Not the same thing.
No, it's not. But I've already. Plus, I have a Leaf Spring vehicle upstairs, and Leaf Spring's not for me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's not my thing. But no, actually, it's gonna be. I sold my SCX 24 not too long, a little while back, a couple months ago, because I wasn't really into it. But being at Fern's and playing, and Cody brought a bunch of Element 124 scales, and I think Wayne bought one, and a few people bought one. So I got to play with Wayne's on his course, on Fern's course, and actually was very impressed with the Element 124 scale. In my personal opinion, it's better stock for stock against the SCX 24. I was quite impressed. It needs some more wheel speed, more motor, but overall, I was pretty impressed. So I'm thinking about.
It's crazy the amount of options you can get for those, and the amount people put in them as option. It's just mind-boggling.
Yes, it is. So yeah, I'm thinking I was actually really impressed with the way it performed.
Okay.
So I think that's what I'm gonna be my next little RC. And I have to say, we were discussing this, like ExoCage RC and Brent for Adventure Time. We were discussing the views that 124th videos actually get. I mean, they get a lot. Those videos get a lot of views.
Oh yeah. You're right. You gotta go and grab something to drink.
Yeah, actually, I think my highest videos on my channel, RC videos, is 124 scale videos.
Hmm.
And Fern's course on there, he has in his backyard. It's sort of on the side of a hill, nestled in the trees. Just like you could do it any time of the day. You got shade. Great location. Is pretty cool. But sadly, all my video from that. Did I get any video? No, I did get some video on my phone from that. So I've got a video to put together for that. Yeah. And Barbecue Altered RC saying that 124 videos do well. Yep, agree. Here's Gabe back. You there, Gabe?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, hopefully that fixed that issue. I was lagging actually pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
So hopefully you guys can hear me well now.
Yeah, hear you, no problem. You're good.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
while I was at that cup today, I went inside the hobby shop to see if they had anything for the Rift. They had a couple parts, so I bought a revised front axle, and they had a sway bar set up for the bomber. So I figured I'd get that, try it. So I had to modify it a little bit, got it set up on it. I go to turn everything on. I have to go through the whole binding procedure and all the calibration. First time. It's just a bug that Spectrum ESC has.
Oh, really? Wow.
I think Brent said, what was it? He said there was, he was having that problem. There was a setting he turned off in the ESC, and I can't remember. It was like a letter initial.
It's the AVC.
AVC, yes. And he said ever since he turned that off, he hasn't had the problem anymore.
Right. Yeah, so I get it outside, and I ran it up and down a little bit. It calmed down the torque twist some. And I turn around and go to come back, and it barely wants to move. I was, you got to be kidding. So I got to put gears in the center diff, smoke them.
Oh, wow.
Wow, really?
Yeah, no big deal. I'll wait till somebody gets the lockers in stock again, and I'll just put a locker in the center.
Now the center gears, are they all metal?
What's that?
The center gears, are they all metal?
Yeah, it's all steel gears, all three diffs, and it's got the Mod 1 gear for the transmission and spur and pinion.
And you actually strip them and they're all metal?
Yeah, the diffs are open. So you've got them four little tiny spider gears coming as a cross, and it just wipes the teeth out on one of the gears.
Okay.
Wow. That's a flaw.
Yep.
You could actually fill it up with JB weld also, if it's just the internal gears.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that, because then when I do decide to get the locker, then I could just buy the whole diff setup, which is only a few dollars more.
Yeah.
I mean, the front axle was $12.
Wow.
That's not that bad.
Wow.
No, that's a far cry from $183 for a Vidalon.
Oh, wow.
I can't see spending, over $400 for 2 axles.
Yeah. Vidavon stuff's nice, that's for sure, but you also pay for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the axles, you're looking at about $420 shipped. Then they have the C hubs, I think, are $80. The sway bar, no, I'm sorry. And then the rear trailing arms, I think, are $150. And then you can get either a axial sway bar, or I think Vidavon has one right now. But I can't see putting all that money into a $500 truck.
Yeah.
Because it makes me not want to run it. You got so much money into it, you don't want to run it because now you don't want to break anything.
Yep.
Been there before.
Oh yeah. Yep. Snowball
And then
effect.
when it becomes discontinued, it also becomes a paperweight.
Exactly.
So, and speaking about Axial itself, there was a lot of love and hate on the Yeti XL, which I do happen to own. And I recently found out that parts are also non-existent actually right now for that truck.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So,
Gabe, did you see the video that Hemi Storm did when he first got his Yeti XL?
yeah. I watched it, and also he got the kit where he actually married like 2 chassis to make it a 4-seater. And
Yeah,
that was amazing,
which was really impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. Really good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when
I don't know if I can
when
bring
the
myself
Yeti
to cut
XL
the
came
two
out,
chassis.
what's that? I'm sorry.
I don't think I could bring myself to cut 2 chassis the way that he did like that.
Same here, man. Yeah, but he did it where I guess parts were available easily back then, so that's why he did. And then also the paint scheme, everything, it was amazing. Hemi Storm really did a good job on that one.
Yeah, I know Axial supported him on that build because it was one of a kind.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he does some
impressive.
amazing work.
Yeah. I agree.
Yep.
I wish I had the talent he had for paint.
Yeah, he's really good with paint too. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Has anybody heard of the Venom F5? It's a car,
Is that a
not
battery?
a RC car. It's not an RC car. It's a real car.
Nope.
No.
Actually made by Hennessy. So I live in North Florida, St. Augustine area. And this weekend is the Concourse d'Elegance in Amelia Island, which is basically an hour north of me. And every Saturday Saturday before, they have cars and coffee at the concourse. So something I've usually gone to every year, haven't gone for a couple of years. So me and some buddies went today, and which you see some great stuff. And we got lucky. Hennessy was unveiling their Venom F5 car, 1,800 horsepower, twin turbo V8. Pretty cool car, and they even started it up for us. But you get to see some ridiculous types of cars there. I know the one year we were there was a 1920 something Bugatti there that was like $8 million car. And actually got to see a Ferrari F40, actually 2. I've never seen a Ferrari F40, and I saw 2 today, which was sort of cool.
A lot bigger than my cars and coffees. Used to go every Sunday, first Sunday of the month in Leander. Brought my Oldsmobile down there. They had a drag car there once, but then they canceled it and made like a farmer's market, and they should have put them both together, they would have made crazy amount of money, but they didn't do that.
So actually, I can share. I got a couple pictures I took. I can share with you guys. So this was it right after they unveiled the car. Sadly, I couldn't get a better picture without this guy's head in it. But
that is sharp.
Yeah, it's and I've never seen one of these at McLaren. That never seen this whatever it was. And this is a McLaren 2020 McLaren Longtail Speedster or something like that. I think I got a picture. Yeah, here we go. The red one is the Elvia, and Speedtail XP10. They actually had that one running while we were standing there. It was sort of cool. And my son loves NASCAR, so there's Jeff Gordon. This was Jeff Gordon's last car he drove in that color scheme, the Rainbow Warriors color scheme. My son was
That's cool.
Loving that. And then yeah, that was interesting looking car. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, this F40 right here, projected to go 1.8 to 2.2 million. I got just the motor, and I was taking a picture of the carbon fiber on the front tub. It was cool. So, yeah, I had a good time. Actually, I got to meet Paul Tuttle Jr. and talk to him for a couple minutes. Got his bike, some of his bikes there. I was asking some questions about one of them, so that was cool.
You guys get all the cool stuff down there.
Yeah, it's always cool when you. I mean, the Cars and Coffee at the concourse is always cool because you never know what you're going to see. There's Vipers, from all ages, and they had a lot of Mini Coopers actually. And I don't know if I took any pictures of the Mini Coopers, but there was. Did y'all know that Mini Cooper in what year was it? 2000 something. They brought the old body style Mini Coopers back with modern interior. Like, and I'm not talking like, I mean, I know they've had Mini Coopers, in the modern age, but I'm meaning the original like 70s body style Mini Cooper with airbag and everything in it.
The old bubble style.
Yes, the nice Mini Cooper, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The better body style, but they actually, and they had two of them there, and we're looking at it, and my friend goes, it's got an airbag, and I'm like, looking, it's got a modern steering wheel, and I look at the sign, and it's basically the same body, but I forgot the year that was on it. It blew me away. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, there's a few of them that run around here in Ohio.
Yeah, that was cool. I like Mini Coopers anyway, so. Yeah, you see all kinds of stuff, of course, Corvettes and GTOs and Mustangs, and they had the Mach-E. Ford had the Mach-E there. The high horsepowered one that Von Gittin Jr. has drifted and stuff. They had it there. That was pretty cool to see. Yeah, so pretty cool stuff.
I was watching hockey earlier, and I saw the new commercial for the Chevrolet Hummer, the EVS Hummer.
Yes, there was two of those there.
Okay.
GMC Hummer. They had two versions. They had like sort of what you're used to seeing in a Hummer, and they had one that was like a this is probably it, isn't it?
Yeah, they got a SUV style and a pickup style.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That looks cool, man.
So it looks real cool, and it's got crab, so it's got 4-wheel steering as an option. Real cool. It is electric.
Yes, both were electric. I don't think I took any pictures. Let me see if
and it has a lift. You can have it as an option. It can lift 6 inches off the ground if you want. Higher, so you can.
They were there. We looked at them. It was interesting.
I'm not going to play any videos there because I don't want you to get any strikes. So, but that's the inside of it. It looks nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It does not look military at all.
No, it's definitely no military aspect to them.
Hey,
Sean, welcome.
What's up,
Yes.
Sean?
Do
Yeah.
they have a
All
gas
electric.
powered one? No.
No, this is straight
Sean.
electric.
Yeah.
It's got a nice body. Look at the T roof or the roof,
Yeah,
the way it
that's-
actually goes. That looks kind of interesting.
Yeah, it was. I wish I should have taken pictures of it there.
So that's going to be
But
interesting.
gentlemen, can
Like,
you imagine the price tag on that?
Yeah.
yeah. But can you imagine making a scale version of this? I do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I can
that
definitely
would
see that
look
happening.
Yeah.
Definitely
Now,
see that.
Who do you think is going to have the first version of the scale model available?
Traxxas.
350 miles range.
You said it when I was thinking it, Basher boy.
Right?
Yeah, probably Traxxas.
Definitely.
What? No clutch? What's up with that?
That's a woman's car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the profile on the SUV on that one looks like the FJ.
True.
A little. I see what you're saying there. A little bit.
What did they say for the miles on the electric? 300 miles?
350 miles.
That's about what you get in a car.
Sean says New Bright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brandon.
Yeah.
Dang good.
I get about 300 miles in my Kia for tank.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the little that I know of Hummer, I know they discontinued the brand like in, I would say, the late 2010s, around there. I was also known for, Arnold Schwarzenegger also made, design, the H2, the Hummer H2. I wonder if he's also behind this one.
I don't know. But they specifically, the ones I saw today specifically, and it's like I've seen Hummers obviously before, like the older, now what we would call older styles, and they specifically are badged GMC Hummer.
Okay.
The H2s.
Well, the new one, these that he's just showing,
Oh, these ones?
electric
Yeah.
ones, are
Yeah.
badged GMC Hummer, which was interesting to me. There you go, Sean. New Bright, and then 6 to 8 months later, Traxxas.
Huh.
Probably a pretty good guess, honestly.
So speaking of Traxxas, anybody here gonna get the new Bronco?
Yuck.
They got another Bronco coming out? Oh, it must be a new
Yeah, the new
version,
body
right?
style. The
New body style. Yeah.
Yeah, Traxxas
Yeah,
came
I
out
mean-
with the TRX4 Bronco.
Well, they've got a new body with a new mounting system for it.
Mhm.
And
It's the
they
same
added
old setup.
more-
But
It's
the
the same
guts are
old-
the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything else is the same. They moved the light kits around a little bit for the rock lights, and you get different bumpers. So it's basically the Defender chassis with the new body.
You're correct.
Yeah, I know Exocage said he had talked to somebody from Traxxas, and it said something about getting like you need a new rig, and they're like, why? It's our we're still selling top numbers.
Yeah.
And I understand that part from a business perspective. Why change what's working? I get it, but
If they'd have came out with a new platform, I think they could have went a little further.
I think you need to come out with something that's not Portal for the more scale guys.
yeah, I think Exocage made that same comment. Like, hey, come out with something non-Portal. You don't have anything like that.
Mhm.
That would probably be a good idea.
Yeah, because I brought that question up when you guys did the roundtable.
Yes. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that because I've got Facebook pulled up on my other screen here, and granted it's from yesterday, but somebody shared, I guess, one at the hobby store. It's the new body TRX Bronco. And me personally, I don't really like the new body style of the new Broncos personally.
No, I don't like them either.
As soon as New Bright had that on the shelves, everybody bought them and went crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the color that they did the other one in the red. That really looks good. But I don't know if I like that orangish yellow that they did.
I think from a color standpoint, I think I might like that orange better than I like the red.
Yeah.
That's me personally.
Matt from Scale Builders got I think he got the red one.
Red. It was red.
And he likes it, but he also said it's just another Defender with the new body. He was really impressed with the way that the body mounts, which is a plus.
Yeah, it's about time that they manufactures different way of hooking up bodies on trucks.
Yes.
Other than body.
So I haven't seen the mounting system on it. Like I've heard about it, but I haven't actually seen it. RC Voodoo, welcome.
Hey, RC Voodoo, welcome.
But I guess my question is for anybody that knows how it actually works. Like I'll use my 6x6 as an example. Actually, you put the pins underneath, which is cool because you don't have pins on the top of the body. But to be honest, I feel like it's a pain in the butt to put the pins on. Like I can't do it easily. I got to stand it up and look to see that the holes are lined up and all that stuff. So it's sort of cool, and at least on that, it's sort of cool to have. But at the same time, I got no issue having normal pins.
The SCX-10 is like that. Yeah, that is the only. It doesn't really bother me, but I see what you're saying, man. So the SCX-10 Gladiator Jeep has the body post on the bottom, and just to fit that body, I mean, I know with time, like you can actually get used to it, but sometimes you put it one way and then you saw how you put it and then it didn't go in right, so you have to remove the body and then put it how it goes, and so it's just a hassle,
Yes. Yep.
The idea is there, but it's just
So I will say that I agree with you, Gabe, on what you're saying, and I don't know if this is a good comparison. It probably isn't a good comparison, but the Traxxas Max, and the X Max, the way the bodies mount on those, even though after you start wearing the bodies out, they start falling off easily. But now that's a quick mounting system to put a body on. I can do it one-handed, to do. But speaking of mounting systems, with the new Ecto from Element, I saw it on Instagram and somebody posted on Element's thing. I was like, seriously, Element, you couldn't find a different mounting system, get rid of the body pins? And Element responded, and their response was, I hear you, but most people really don't care. And I think that's an absolutely correct statement. I don't think most people care about the body pins. I mean, obviously there's some people that do. If you're looking for the scale look, not having them is nice because it makes it look more scale and you can take a picture and make it try to look realistic. But I think the majority of your customers don't care.
No,
I could be wrong.
No, I'm with it. Yeah, Do I mind if I have body pins? No. Yeah.
And RC Voodoo said the new Traxxas push tabs look like they won't last long.
I'm kind of with Daniel on that one. I think they'll end up wearing out and snapping off because you have to push them in, because when they come down, they clip in and they catch over to the side. So you're constantly pushing on them, and plastic fatigues after a while.
Yeah, and dirt's gonna get in there, dust and dirt and sand.
Junk.
Right.
And see, another factor we can look at is tumbling. Okay, so if that truck tumbles enough, you're also putting those, stress on those tabs. So, one thing, you'll probably tumble it, and next thing you know, you just, break one of those out, and you'll have a flimsy body. That's
And
just
with
my-
it flipping into the fender wells, it could fatigue the fender wells too.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's just like Fern Solo was saying there. He says max and X max, you crash and the body comes off, and that's it. So I find I watch a lot of videos of max and X max, and every time they do a tumble, they do a flip, the body does comes off. That's friggin' annoying. I don't own one, but to me that's annoying. Like how many tumbles and tap did I do with my Traxxas Slash, and the friggin' thing stays on.
So I can
Yep.
say from firsthand experience with my Max, when it was new, when the body was new, I could tumble that. It could cartwheel 10 or 12 times. Body would never come off. Now my body has taken a beating and is falling apart in the back end. So it's and that's where the mounting system is basically. So because of that, now that the body is more or less crap, the best way I can put it, it comes off. It can take one tumble and yes, the body comes off.
Okay.
I'm due for a new body. So, and that's when they start getting weak from enough crashes, they absolutely do come off. And I do know there's a hard body, or what's it called? Indestructible body for Max and X Max. Of course, they're more expensive. I've heard good and bad things about those, but RC Voodoo makes a good point. Hood post and pins or scale, though some real vehicles have them.
Yep. Demolition Derby cars, especially.
The way that I did it on my original SCX is because I didn't want to see the body posts on the front. I took just a cheap Proline scale high lift jack, put the body pins in it, and clipped it on it, and you really don't know that there's body posts there.
Yeah.
It's just another way to hold a scale item on.
RC Voodoo says every time you jump a gorge with the Gen 8 axe, the body comes off. And of course, the Gen 8s, they're Velcroed on. The bodies in the factory are Velcroed. And I've owned a couple Gen 8s technically. And I removed the Velcro. And actually, my recommended way to mount the Gen 8 body is using plastic servo horns and the tire wells. You put a screw through it and you just slide them in like that. And you can ask Brian, I can pick my Gen 8 up by the rack on the top of it, and I can put it wherever I need to put it or do whatever. I've tumbled a thing down the mountain and the body don't come off. And I can do that without looking. I can literally just take my hands underneath the back tires and the fender wells, slide the things in, do the front, like without having to look. I can do it really easily.
Well, the issue that RC Voodoo had was not enough runway, and the body did it, but the truck didn't.
Yeah, he said he had the magnets, but took a bad hop.
Oh yeah.
And Brian, didn't you send me something the other day that Proline came out with a new body, right? Supra.
Yeah, they came out with they finally came out with the Supra. They debuted it at that big race in February. And that and the Bug at the same time. And then they released the Bug in last month. So, I thought, well, okay, it's going to be a few more months before they come out with the Supra. So surely, I'll just buy something else. And as soon as I buy, 2 other bodies, the Supra comes out. Drive RC is bringing the Terminator Mustang body out. They haven't released like a full picture of it, but they've got one of the headlights, like a teaser pic.
Hertz RC, welcome. Thanks for joining.
And that's a Drive.
Hello, good evening.
You said gonna make that?
Yeah. They Drive RC made the mid-90s Camaro bodies, and then they came out with a Supra of their own way before Proline did. And now they're doing like the late 90s, early 2000s Mustang.
And where are they located, those guys?
I'm not 100% sure. I know they're on Facebook. That's usually where I get all their. They don't even have a website It's all through Facebook,
Okay.
but it's Drive RC.
And speaking of cars, and speaking of just RCs in general, did you guys see how the new Monte Carlo that Team Associate also came up with? The oval track.
Oh, the
oval track
SR10.
racer. Mm-hmm.
Pretty awesome.
What do you guys think of it?
I'm kind of on the fence about it.
How
Yeah,
come?
and I'm not in drag racing, so I don't care too much about it.
Well, that's the thing.
No, it's a double track.
It's a dirt oval car.
Yeah, the oval car, yeah.
Yeah, Brent from Adventure Time just did his unboxing and run video on it today.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
I mean, they do great on the pavement. They were doing good on the dirt. I think because it's got a buggy chassis setup, it's going to be a hit or miss for oval racing. If they really want to get picky about it, they could turn around and say you need a full pan chassis car, and no, you're not going to be able to race it, and you just spent $300+.
CJ from Milan tuning in. Welcome. Thanks for joining.
Welcome. Good morning.
Yeah, I need to watch Brent's video though on that. I've seen it came out. I just haven't had a chance to watch it.
Yeah, I saw it also as well. And another thing is just the fender wells are just, and I guess that's for like Team Associate in general. When I got my Element Enduro Sendero, and of course, which crawler doesn't body rub, right? But on his Monte Carlo, I think one of the fender wells in the front was just rubbing badly. And I was like, oh man, really?
Yeah, it started wearing the paint off both inner fenders.
Yeah, with a little bit of just running time. You see the rubbing inside. So
yeah, there was another.
So that's it. Go ahead. Sorry.
There was another car that did that. I can't think of which one it was.
Well, my Sendero actually, it did a lot of body rub. I mean, I'm talking just of the same manufacturer, but
right.
Trail Walker too. Yeah, my Trail Walker had a lot of body rub even with tires.
Yeah. And other than that, I mean, it's that car seems pretty solid. I'll tell you that.
I mean, it looks like it's on rails the whole time he drove it. It stuck to every turn.
Yeah, so Team Associated came up with her own AVC. They call it the what? UVC or OV something.
All right.
So, yeah, that's what Brent actually pointed out. That's their system, I guess, name abbreviation.
Yeah, the OVC. It's optimum.
So that car does have
optimum vehicle control.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's same thing, just a gyro.
Yeah.
They're all getting into it.
Just called it differently.
Yep.
And I do understand why, because that vehicle is a two-wheel drive, and for people that really love the body and say, you know what, I wish I can really drive that. Well, you have that assist.
Yeah. The Rift has it on it, and it's annoying.
Yeah.
Because you get that little bit of fishtail and you want to counter steer it. and it's already working on it before you get a chance.
I know I've
Can
said
you
this
turn it
before,
down?
and probably I'm gonna.
Yeah, you can turn it down, but if you turn it all the way down, it still has a little bit in it. It's annoying. So I think I'm just going to disable it because I'm used to the sliding and counter steering myself.
Yeah, if you're used to it, there's no need to have it.
That's no fun
Yeah.
about doing donuts and spinning out.
Yeah.
Well, what it does too is not only does it counter steer, but it reduces throttle.
Yeah.
So when you go like around a corner or something, you won't flip over.
Right. It'll start decelerating enough to straighten you back out.
Yeah. And then you don't get no exercise because it's farthest away you flips over. That's when it flips over.
Always works out that way.
Yeah.
And to me, the way I describe AVC is, and I'm sure I'm going to upset some people here tonight, but the way I describe AVC is pretty much you have training wheels on your car. Or it's like driving a bicycle. You have training wheels on a bicycle. You know, that's just my take on AVC. It's just an assist for you to actually drive that car better than what you can actually drive. So
lazy man steering.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember when they came out of it for the Losi Mini 8. The one version has it, and the next version they came with the AVC on it, and everybody was jumping on it now. It goes, all right, now I can control it, because it is a hard little buggy to control. But man, is it ever fun. It's cool.
I had the Losi SCB, the short course buggy.
Okay.
It had it. And their short course truck also had it. And a lot of guys were complaining about it because they didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could turn it down. It would only be at like 25%.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I experienced AVC, I experienced it on the Losi Triple X.
Yes.
It's a two-wheel drive buggy. I hated it. I literally said, what the F is this? Take it off. I don't like it. I panicked.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to have to get out of here. My phone's ready to die.
All right, Dennis. Good to
Sounds
see
good,
you.
Dennis.
Take it easy.
Good night, Dennis.
All right, guys, we'll talk
Take it
to you
easy,
soon.
my friend.
Take care, guys.
We'll see you later.
CJ said the cool concept on the TRX4 Bronco body clips, and yes, plastic fatigue on that system will come into play much sooner, in his opinion. And Fern said
Especially
he hates
winter.
AVC, but loves TSM.
It's basically the same damn thing. I'm sure he's just being sarcastic. You know?
Oh, they all work a little bit different. They all handle different. You can disable them or tweak them differently. There's different curves. There is a little bit of difference, but it's all traction aid. It is down about the same thing at the end, anyways.
No, and you're right. You're right. AVC, I am aware that you can, if you have a higher end remote, you can actually throw an input to have, I guess, more stability, but more throttle assist, or more throttle assist, less stability. I don't know if I'm making sense, but you can actually put more and less, to those inputs. Because AVC, what it does, it gives you stability control and power control, and you can actually move, those settings if you have a higher end remote on demand on your screen. That I do know. I don't know about TSM, but AVC, yeah, you can do that. So, example, right? If you just want handling assist, if you don't want to lose control, but you don't want the AVC to help you with the throttle assist, you can just disable the throttle assist and then just have the stability, just the gyro. for you not to lose control. And you can't do that on AVC, and vice versa. If you just want pure throttle assist with no handling assist, you can do that as well. So that's AVC. That's what I'm aware of. TSM, I don't know.
RC Voodoo. RC Voodoo, we don't need no stinging assist.
I agree.
That's right. Just something else to break too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It's good for the younger guys, or if you're not experienced and you just give the remote to somebody and they want to go in a straight line and to help them out. But no, you don't need it.
Yeah.
I have my Traxxas Max has the TSM. I don't notice a huge difference with it. The main time I notice a difference is if I'm trying to do like a speed run, and with the stock tires, they like to pizza cutter, high speeds.
Yeah.
And that kind of gets, the vehicle gets a little twitchy and touchy. So the TSM does help a little bit there. But if I'm just bashing it, I tend to turn it down. So.
Yeah.
I like that. If I wreck and destroy my RC, I want to know it was all me.
Yeah. Like I gave my wife that Stampede 4-wheel drive. I said, she said, how to drive it? Just give it gas, and you flip it over. You just go over and flip it back over.
Yeah, well, a 4x4 is a point and shoot. So you point the wheels where you want to go, and it's going to go there on the 4x4.
Yeah, the 2 wheels is bad.
Yeah.
Trying to sell my 2-wheel drive Stampede.
Oh yeah.
The one, look, and talking about, I guess, I don't know, I guess ticks and innovations and stuff. The one thing that didn't catch on that Traxxas came up with was the self-rightening. You guys remember that? The X-Max had it when it came out. I don't know if you remember.
I remember that.
You would just touch a button, and in case you flipped, you touch a button, and you just go forward, reverse, and kill the diffs, and it would be on its 2 wheels.
I remember that.
Yep, the Max has it too.
And it didn't
You
catch
ever
on.
use that on yours? JMH?
I have used it. I don't use it much because, I have upgraded axles now, so it really sort of doesn't matter. But if you're on stock plastic axles, that's your way to twist the axles right off. I did it.
Who was it that had that body with a slash for self-rightening? It was an arm that was coming out. Was it Proline or Traxxas that had that for 1 year? It didn't catch on. It actually had an arm that actually popped up to flip it back over.
Oh, really?
I hadn't seen that.
Oh, no? It actually physically had an arm that actually popped it up. The biggest problem with it is you had to bring the car back to you to push the arm back because it was like spring loaded.
Okay, that's interesting.
I've never seen that either. Yeah, wow.
I'll have to look for that.
So you twisted your axles?
I think
you twisted your axles, JM, with the stock self-righter?
Yes, the stock axles specifically. When you do the wide kit, the Traxxas wide kit, which mine has it, the stock axles are technically long enough. There's enough, length in them that you can put the wide kit on and keep the stock axles. But when you do that, you're making them longer, and really it's making them weaker in a way. And they're known if you use their self-righting, but even people have twisted them, even not having the wide kit on the stock axles, because, it's forward and reverse roll hard back and forth, and then usually when it stands up and catches in the process, like it so it literally
torque on there.
Yeah, it on mine, it did it on beach sand is when it did it on mine. The front and back on one side was twisted still together, but completely twisted, and the other side, front and back, were completely snapped. So I have metal axles now, so it really doesn't. Probably not that big of a deal, but I tend not to do it just because I don't want to mess something else up.
Well, that would suck. You go out there and do that, you flip your car over and you bent your axles, you twist them.
Yep.
I'll tell you this: I'll rather do the walk of shame than strip my gears.
Right?
I'll tell you that.
Twist my ankle. Yeah.
Think about it. It's a good exercise, and actually, even that's good for you. You get to walk, you get your car, flip it over, and there you go. Right?
Yep.
Yep. Fern,
We'll see you,
thanks
Fern.
again
Take
for
it easy,
stopping
bro.
in. Have a good one.
Take it easy, Fern.
You want
So,
some
yeah,
good
and,
exercise? Go to Stone Mountain
Yeah.
and crawl. I'm telling you, you're going to get some of the best exercise you can get.
Yeah, and going back to the self-writing, it tracks us. And I'm sure another reason I know why other companies just don't do that because of copyright or whatever. Not copyright. It was what do you call it? The patent, right? I'm sure they patent that. But other than that, I do see the innovation, but just like I mentioned, I just rather just walk. I'm not gonna blow my divs because oh my god, Fatty Gabriel doesn't want to go flip a car. No, I would walk.
RC Voodoo, I don't need no self-writing gimmicks. I have kids who always want money.
I was gonna say, just
Yeah,
kind of
there you go.
That's what I did to my niece one time. We were out mudding, and I said, "Go out and get my truck. It's stuck in the mud." So she went out there, and she was going to walk on the other side. I said, "That's deeper mud." She goes, "No, it's solid. It's solid." She ended up almost to her knees. I told you it was deeper mud.
I know usually at USTE and when they do the mud bogs, there's usually a couple kids out there that go out there and stand in the mud and pull the cars out.
Pull the tires out, yeah.
And usually they end up getting a few dollars. Kids are definitely useful for something.
Yeah.
Anybody doing any RCing tomorrow?
Mudding. Been raining out.
I might. So torsional concept. Those are the guys that actually made that flip thing I was talking to you guys about.
Really? Okay.
Let me share the screen.
I was going to say, I remember seeing it on Big Squid's website.
Yeah, it is on Big Squids. Screen one.
I'm waiting for my new Jeep Cherokee hard body to come in.
So this is what that flipper looks like, and actually RC Adventures did make a video of it, of how to install it. So if you go RC Adventure, you will see him put it together. I'm not going to play it like that. You guys won't get a strike, but it does show him installing it and using it. And
so you can install this on any body, basically.
That is correct. But no, the problem is this company does not exist anymore.
That's interesting.
Well, it's only good for one side, right? What happens if you flip on the other side?
Well, you're still on your lid. It works if you're on your lid, not on the side.
Oh, okay. Just on the lid.
I guess it will work if you're just on the side. Yeah, it should flip you. But 90% of the time, when you flip with a short course truck, you're on your lid.
You're on your lid. Yeah.
So it's definitely an interesting idea.
It didn't catch on too good because, like I mentioned, for you to put it back, you had to bring it back towards you. So
yeah.
So torsional concept, and like I mentioned, their website does not exist anymore. So I guess they didn't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Definitely interesting idea.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I don't like about the way Traxxas does it, it must be friggin' hard on the diffs, like stop, go, stop, go, stop, go, like the way it actually turns the wheels.
Yep. And then you get in that shock. You figure, because it's winding the motor and everything up pretty quickly, and then when it finally does catch, depending on what time it catches and those wheels catch, you're going to get instant shock to the drivetrain. You got free spinning real easy, and then all of a sudden now you got dirt and everything, it's now making a resistance.
Yeah, you got a load on the drivetrain.
Yep. So I can definitely see where it would be good.
In general, we can actually just talk about this, right? In RC, what gadgets are out there that are actually useless? Can you name other than, I guess, useless. I'll start with one, okay? And I'm sure there's going to be controversy on this, but I'll start on one. One thing about RC, how can I put it? Gadgets, I guess, is going to be a winch on a crawler. Typically, 80% of the time, it's just for looks. Think about it.
Not if you're playing the way we play with trucks, with no hands of God, and you make a competition out of it. You need to get out of something. You need a tow rope or a winch. And if you're alone or just with a buddy, a winch is a lot of fun to play with. But it all depends how you actually use it or what kind of competition you do.
Yeah. And I agree. When it comes like super, super competitive, but other times...
One thing I find very useless is a light kit in a crawler. Like who needs flashers when you're on rocks? Flashing lights at your right, your left.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to get one, but a sound kit is, like a sound kit too. I'm going to get one for my new crawler, but it's probably useless.
The tires that have air pressure. Or
yeah.
a hand pump.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, and I'll tell you this, Tank. So one time, I had a couple buddies and myself. We went up the mountains, and it was in the evening actually, and we still had sunlight, and we were having so much fun up in the mountain that we totally forgot that the sun was going to set at a certain hour. And by the time we came back, and I actually did like having actually a light kit on the truck.
No, I'm not saying lights. I'm saying flashers, like turn
signals and emergency and backup
turning
lights.
Signal emergencies on a rock crawler. That's useless. Not a light kit. Light kits are useful.
I agree with you, Tank. I agree with you. Yeah, I'm with RC Voodoo. Basically, like I don't like the blinkers and backup lights, but I agree with headlights and trail light and light bars. I agree with that. They're useful, especially if you're at night. So I agree with that.
Are you gonna put your hazards on? Somebody help you out?
Yeah. Well, it's all about making it scale too. You want to be.
But if you're making a trail truck that you're going to use on the trails and like that, I can see flashers on. But something that you're only going to use for rock crawling or a rock bouncer, don't put flashers.
Yeah.
Like I can see with what you're saying, like Sean, some of the builds that Sean does, super scale, realistic truck rusted body and stuff. I can see it, and it goes with it. But I'm totally with you. If I'm going out crawling with the buddies at the local crawl spot or nothing, I don't need none of that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, AZ Froggies, welcome.
Hey, Brent.
And guys, if you have a sound kit, please put it down low. Like, put the volume as low as you can. They're friggin' annoying after 15 minutes of hearing it. Sorry, 5 minutes hearing it.
That's a good point. Good. Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm thinking hard about getting one of them. But
good point right here, RC Voodoo. No one uses turn signals on the trail in real life.
I put a sound kit in my motorized camper, and I take that out on just a yard just for fun, and people love it. But people play it for 5 minutes and then they put it away. So that's good. But when you're on the trail and following somebody, shut up.
Just like a turning. steering wheel. I'm gonna put one of them on my build. I'm gonna put that. But that's
RC Voodoo.
useless.
I'm buying an amp for my sound kit.
You want some noise?
Yeah, I'm not big on sound kits personally. I have heard a couple that sound decent, but most of them to me aren't too realistic sounding.
Okay.
In my personal opinion, that they're not too realistic sounding, and because of that, just like really threw me off. But I mean, I get why.
There's variations. There's variations in sound kits. I do
Yes.
have the ESS one, where you can actually plug it into your laptop and you can actually download the sound that you want it to make. That is because actually my Honcho has the sound kit on there. It does, and actually I did download the sound of my liking, the turbo sound of my liking, everything. And I'll tell you this, Tank, I don't have it at full blast. Okay, I do find it somewhat annoying, but it's not as annoying. So if we ever meet, just have that in mind.
Yeah, because when I go trailing with a bunch of guys, it's to have fun with the trucks, but it's also to chit chat with them. It's the conversation we have about whatever, and the trouble we had, and it's just a conversation. It's so fun to have, and when you have a guy that just his truck is louder than the conversation, it's not fun.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Basher Boy, and them sound kits, every time you give it throttle, like if you're stopped and you give it throttle again.
Yes, you can even adjust the idle time. So if you let go, you just leave it at idling. If you want it to stop at 15 or like this one, I don't have it for like 10 seconds. Because obviously, if it's just idling, well, why would I have it on?
And then it'll stop.
So even
and then
that,
start it up again. Okay.
RC Voodoo says he has the SC1. It's only nice for the first couple minutes.
Yeah, ESS one. Yeah, that's the one we're talking about. Yeah.
And then Sean's saying
I
that.
have that on mine.
And Sean's saying with that one, you can use the app and you can record your own truck and upload the sound into the app.
Yeah. You can do a bunch of things, man. You can even record your own voice. You can say like all aboard or yeehaw or something, whatever.
You can make it sound like a souped up Honda.
Yeah. The ESS one, it was back then. It was I don't know what topped it off now, right? But when I bought the sound kit, it was like the best one, to get. So, and I'm a happy camper. I like it.
I like what AZ's saying here. He's got the same one. Said if he's messing around on his own, he doesn't use it. But when he goes to car shows or something, he hooks them up, which I know he does like a lot of like real car shows and takes the RCs along with it. In my opinion, that'd be the perfect place to run a sound kit.
To have a sound kit, yeah.
You're showing off what an RC could do. So I think that's the perfect place for that. So, in my opinion. Hello, JM. Welcome.
John
but
Martin,
I also agree.
Hello, good evening.
I agree with what you said, Tank. Like when you're, a group of guys crawling or whatever. I mean, you're BSing and joking with each other and and all that stuff. Like I don't need all that extra noise in there.
Mm-hmm.
And see the ESS one, you do have to raise up and lower the volume just right there, in the box.
Yeah.
So even myself,
cool
like if I wanted just to turn it down, I can just go in there and just tap that button and there you go,
Nice.
So until it eventually mutes. So that's the cool thing about the ESS one. Now Trax is, I know when you buy the Slash, I think it was like the Mike Jenkins that would come with that sound module. I don't think it has a mute button. I'm not sure, but I don't think it does have a mute button. Maybe wrong.
Basher Boy, are they waterproof?
No. The ESS one, the sound kits, they're not waterproof.
Okay.
I wouldn't submerge it. You can try. You can let us know.
Yeah. I can make it waterproof. Put it in a plastic bag. So.
But no, they're not. They're not waterproof. So, So, and then speaking about the light kits and all, I don't know if you guys saw so Traxxas came out with that, what is the pro version of the light kit for their TRX4 trucks and stuff. Anybody considering? I know, well, Tank doesn't really like turn signals and stuff, but anybody else considering getting it?
Not me.
So that's got all that stuff, right? Turn signals and blinkers and headlights and
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
see,
So-
that's where it differs because a TRX4 or that Bronco is a trail truck. So
Yeah,
it
it's
is
not a rock
not
crawler.
a rock crawler as per se or a rock racer. Yes, it does crawl on rocks. Yes, it is pretty competitive, but it's not a rock crawler. It's a trail truck.
Yeah.
I wonder
And
if that's
you ask
universal.
me,
Can you put it in the? Oh, go ahead.
not that I know of, because you do need the ESC. I don't know, something has to be done, for the ESC and stuff. Yeah, I know.
Well, it's a light kit that you don't have to use all the features of it. You don't want to put the turn signal, don't plug the turn signal in it or don't enable it. You don't have to take your receiver and go and jump your receiver through the light kit. You can bypass all that. But why pay that amount of money to get it when you can buy a cheap light kit? Or buy LED that actually connects on 12 volts.
I'll tell you this, I'm getting mine.
Okay.
That voice on your right. Yeah, and so I'm getting mine for the 72 Blazer and my 79. Sorry, the 72 and my 79.
For those two trucks, that makes sense to have them.
Yeah, man. Well, so you have low beams, high beams. I'll have hey Tank, I'll have a hazard, so in case you find me on the trail, you can grab your trailer and if I run out of gas or whatever.
Like that, when your hazards are on, I'm just going to pass you and just say bye-bye. You don't have a winch, so bye-bye. You don't like a winch, you don't like a winch, so bye-bye. I can't help you out.
Have a good evening, RC Voodoo. Thanks for stopping in.
Take it easy, Daniel. We'll see you, man.
Hey, John Martin, did you win? He just came back from the race. Wondering if he won.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know in chat, man. How'd it go?
So how much is that new light kit? How much is that new light kit from Traxxas?
Roughly, I did see it. If you have the lights from Traxxas, all you need to buy is just that module. I think it's like $50, $40-$50. And then they provide, the harness, or the, all the wiring to make it work. But yeah, like $40-$50. So I said, I mean, if we have that feature to make it look nicer, why not? Second
Here's
place,
the thing I don't like about.
Oh,
nice.
Sweet.
The thing I don't like about turn signals on crawlers is every time you turn the wheel, obviously it engages if you have it connected.
Yeah.
And you in real life you don't use your turn signal every time you turn the steering wheel. That's what bothers me is
you're stuck on a rock or you're trying to get out. Click, 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 click.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you were at somewhere like USTE and you're on their little road surface they have set up, and you want it to look like you're turning it. If you can hit your switch on your remote and turn your turn signal on, okay, cool. But every time you barely hit reverse, the reverse lights come on. I mean, granted, that's how it is in real life. Put the vehicle in reverse lights come on. But I don't know. Not really big on them in that way because of that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm on board with it. I am. Don't get me wrong. I do get it. Actually, that would even aggravate me.
Yeah, I see the scale side of it though.
Yeah. But I'll tell you this. So I'm putting them on both of my TRX4s. Why? Because you even have, I guess every time you hit brake, you can actually turn all your LED lights off, and then you would just still have, the backlights. I don't know if I'm making sense. Kind of like, during the day, nothing will be on, in the front, but if you hit the brakes, they will illuminate. That is, cool. I guess I haven't seen that. And that's pretty much a goal for me. Yeah, for $50, right? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And also the hazards. Okay, you can just hit your hazards and just pretend that you just ran out of gas or you're just ready to watch the sunset. I don't know, right? But I'll have hazards. Tank is not gonna help me if I need assistance on the side of the road. I mean, that's a given, but I'll give it a shot.
I'm surprised no one's going to come up with a horn, an accessory.
The ESS1 has a horn.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The sound kit.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
the
put a
sound
control
kit.
wire to it, and
Yeah.
you can hit the horn.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
I think I do think what you just said, Gabe, with like the hazards. Like if somebody wants to do a nice sort of scale video, I get it.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. It's just every time I go out crawling, I definitely wouldn't use it.
Yeah, and look, years ago I used to do a little small segment called the search and rescue, and this is pretty much the truck I would use because it has all the accessories and all blah blah. I can even hook up the trailer back to it, and I thought of it. I said, you know what? I'll just link my hazards and have this baby picked it up. That's the idea. But yeah, man, when I saw that it had hazards, I'm like, yeah, it's a go. Yeah.
That's interesting. Sean says if you buy the killer body light kit, you can control it with your steering wheel. 10 seconds to the left turns it off. 10 seconds to the right turns it on. Interesting.
That's cool. That's good that you can actually turn it on and off. That I like.
Yes, I agree.
And I think Traxxas is the same way, believe it or not. I think so.
Okay.
You have to have it an X amount of time, to the right or to the left in order for the signal to work. I really don't quote me on that, but that's what they advertised, on their video and also their website. But we'll see.
I mean, it's always nice to have options.
Yeah. That's plenty of options. That's why I even got it too, because to me, the goal for me was that I can actually turn my entire light kit off, and I can just have the brakes just work. And which even in reality, if there's sunlight, obviously I won't be able to see them that well. But let's say like at dusk or sunset, that would look really really sharp. I'll just go in there and just tap it. And also that kit, if I'm not mistaken, you can control it through an app, through your phone, or if you don't have the app, like myself, Mr. Not tech savvy here, you can just actually just manually just control it with your finger. So to me, even at that, that I can just have control, with my finger, just clicking that button. It's a go, So we'll see how it goes, man.
Gotcha. Yep.
And then also another thing I wanted to mention. So this truck has, that big old bulky winch that RC 4-wheel drive sells. The one that picks up, what is it, like 50 pounds, 80 pounds, 75 pounds? What is it? That high torque winch. Believe it or not, I think I've used it a handful of times, man.
Well,
and of course, I don't know Tank. Well, not that I don't know Tank. Tank lives really, really far away where I just can't go to his events, right? But if I would actually have the opportunity to go, I would really enjoy to actually use this winch that for a purpose, actually. It would be really great. But right now, it's there, and I'll say it's pretty useless.
of course, if you go just on a normal trail or a walk with your car or whatever, it is useless. But when you go on a very hard trail and you flip or you want to go over a log or climb this hill that's just giving you too much trouble, it's fun just to take the winch out and use the things in the dirt there to pull you out, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think also like you're saying, I think it matters. the people local to you. Like in my area, I mean, people have winches and stuff. They have them on their competition rigs because, you know, you got to have something to get out of a situation so you don't hand to God or whatever.
Mhm.
But like most of the guys around here, when you go just trailing or just having fun or whatever, you know, they're all about crawling with their RCs. But if something happens, nobody wants to do the let's continue to be scale and pull
Mhm.
each other out and that kind of stuff. And I think I don't know what your area is like, but I think it matters, if, you know, like that. You know, if your people, the people
And
you run with, are into that.
yeah, and people we run with are pretty much into that. Every time they go out, they really love playing the game of being scale. But a lot of them, they use tow ropes with hooks. So they use a tow rope with hooks, and they don't bother about the winch because it just takes too friggin' long to unwind the winch. It comes out, and once it's out, then you got to hook it up, and then you got to wheel it back in. And once you got the guy out, then you got to put it all the way back in, depending how far you brought it out. And that's why, like now, the new Traxxas winch has that click that you clip on it, and then you just pull it out real quick. So that is fun, and some winch actually have that. It's the quick release. But if you're alone and just having fun, or having fun with a buddy and trying to get that that hill, that rock that you just can't do, but you need a winch, using a pull pal, it's fun to use a winch. If you're doing a scale video and things like that, it's really cool. But you won't use a winch all the time. I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
You know what other gadget is pretty useless, especially for me? You guys ready for this?
Okay.
Have you guys ever heard of the Spectrum STX2?
No,
Never heard of it.
Well, good.
it's not a gadget.
Yes,
That's not a gadget.
it is
You
a
actually
gadget.
need that to make your car go forward.
Well, it's not. It's basically my preference of not using that remote. You know, but yeah, you know, I guess I can call it gadget because if I ever see that remote, it is a no-go. I will not use it. I wouldn't even come near it. Okay.
So Gabe,
How I know it.
you sound like you sort of sound like you don't like that remote system.
The
I
only
don't.
reason he does not like that remote system is because it does not bind with the other Spectrum that he has. That's the only reason he doesn't like it.
And in technical terms, also what I can say is that the Spectrum STX2 is not a DSM or
No.
a DSMR, DSMR2, DSMR, you know, yada yada. That's my beef with that remote, and I hate it, and I don't like it.
Yeah, but it works. It's not the
No.
fastest. It's not the fastest. It keeps the
No, it
signal.
doesn't work.
It works.
It doesn't work. No, it doesn't.
By itself, it works. But yes, it's not DSM. I completely agree.
Aren't you supposed to
Doesn't
do
work.
like a destruction video on that one that you got on
Yeah,
your?
yeah. Oh yeah, it's there. I'm gonna that day I'm gonna wear gloves. I'm gonna be actually. I'll tell you this: if I have a bad day, that remote's gonna get it. You know,
Just
yeah,
put
I'll tell you
lighter
that.
fuel. Put lighter fuel. Man, I can't.
Fluid. Yes, fluid.
Gasoline.
On it. Yeah, or gasoline, and just light it and just watch it melt.
Right?
You know what'd be cool? Yeah, you cover it in gasoline, or and then you set up somehow something like a match or something on something. Have your RC come in and like hit it so the match gets thrown into the RC, you know, and set it on fire.
Yeah, you can do that on a drifter.
Yeah, there you go. Good idea, drifter.
Oh man, all these ideas. But I decided to throw it on this conversation, and I know by the end of the day, yes, it's not a gadget, but it's something that I highly dislike. You know, so I guess it falls into the category, right? But
There you go. There's what Sean's got to say.
no.
It works.
That controller is like the
completely agree with that.
SCX24. You guys
Sean
want to
wasn't here.
and if you guys want to do a GoFundMe to give me an SCX2, Oh man, I will quit YouTube for good. But yeah, so Sean, we've been talking about having to do a GoFundMe to get you an STX24. So you better pick a body there, buddy. What would you like?
Yep.
The Jeep, the Chevy bodies? You know, the
Element
Deadpool?
body.
Mm-hmm. Let us know in the
Yep.
comment section. It could happen.
Yeah,
It's
I think
doable.
it's got to. I keep joking about it. I think it's just time to make it happen.
You know, hell, I hate that STX2, and I know Mr. Sean over here, he would definitely enjoy an STX24. Which, look, technically, I'm in the same boat as Sean. Why? Because, well, I do have, I guess, I don't know if I should call it like a full-size crawler, but, you know, a much bigger crawler. Really don't see the need of having a smaller crawler. But I will tell you this, it is way much better than owning the STX2. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
So yeah, you have my word, Sean. I'm telling you.
I think he needs to be inducted into the SCX24 club or the 124 scale club.
Well, the real question is, will we succeed into getting them into the SCX24?
No,
You know,
no, you won't get me in that club either. I find those are the most useless thing are out there.
Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, you know, I look, and again, you know, it's not that it's useless. It's just I guess the genre. You know, some people like it, some people don't. You know,
and this might be
like,
here why it's worth spending the money to get him
that's
a 24.
Right.
It's right here.
July video.
Yeah, there you go, man. I'll definitely pay for that.
If somebody gets me a SCX24, that's what I'm going to do with it. Put lighter fuel or gas and just like figure a way to light it up. Like
So now, Tank, let us know why it is not in your bucket list. Why is it not in your, you know, in your mind, that vehicle that is? How come? Why is it useless? Let us know.
I don't like the small form factor. I bought too many small form factor cars in the past that had so many issues with it. And another thing I don't like is that the ESC receiver, everything is into one. I know you can get upgrades for them, but again, it's upgrade. I'm not an upgrade guy. I like running things that are stock and doing maintenance on it and things like that. The only thing I don't like about SCX24 is a form factor, seeing that it's so small to work on. I just hate it. It's too small, and I have no use for it for me.
Yeah. And I'll have to agree with you on that one. And
I mean, I agree.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I agree that to me, they're way less scale. You know, like the way they function, the way they crawl is way less scale than, say, our 1/10 scale vehicles, in my personal opinion. But with that being said, I did enjoy Fern's course, and what I've come to realize now on 2 courses that were basically made for 24 scale, if you have a course designed for 24 scale, they're pretty decent.
Yeah, they are, because I completely agree with you. They're fun. They're nice to play with. I reviewed the Team Associated one, and I had fun with it. I was jumping with it. I did some slow motions. I did some all bunch of different stuff with it, and it performed pretty good. I was impressed, but I'm not going to get one because to me, I just don't like working on them. And if I don't like working on them, well, I'm not going to buy it.
No, I get it. Totally. Absolutely. So totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but they are fun. It's different, but no thanks, not for me.
Yeah. Look, it is different. We just don't enjoy them. Now, my take on it is the price point. Okay, so you can buy one, I think, for what, $150? Am I in the ballpark?
Yeah,
like 150.
The Element you can get for $100, right at $100 for the Element.
Okay.
The
But see,
biggest reason why you see a lot of videos and a lot of people are buying them right now because they are cheap to get into, but is because of the confinement. A lot of people are finding things to do, and those are fun to play in the house and just to have fun and crawl on your girlfriend or on your bed or whatever, or even on your boyfriend, depending on the kind of guy you are. So they're fun. They're fun in the house, and that's why I think it blew up, and people like it because of the confinement, the COVID confinement.
Makes complete sense.
And it does, right? So Brent is actually saying you can actually get one for roughly about $135, right? So if you go into the market to see if you want to upgrade that, okay, I've seen upgrades as much as $40, $50 just for. I think I saw a pair of shocks actually. I think it was a hot
There's
racing.
a guy that
Like
on the
40.
forums here in Facebook, he's saying he's well over $800 of upgrade on it.
Yeah, and see, all of those upgrades, as they add up, if you look at it in the perspective of getting a better crawler, I would have just gotten a 110 skill, period. You know, I guess the price factor is what does it for me. You know, because in order for that crawler to be better, look, and I've never driven one ever in my life. Something you want, but
Sean.
So the price point, if you want to make that crawler better, you know, by the time you say, you know what, okay, it crawls okay. Therefore, if you determine how much money you spent, you could have just bought in, you know, one just ready to run. You know, that's what does it for me. That I just don't want to tinker with those things at all. You know, and that's just my take.
So I understand and hear exactly what you're saying. You could take that same mindset with the 110 crawlers. You know, like, okay, I've got a Gen 8. You know, when it was new, it was like $340, I think, or something like that. You know, who knows how much I've got into it now. I probably could have bought something else. You know, I mean, for me, buying them, I like buying ready to run rigs and modifying them. You know, and making them, I guess you say, my own or whatever.
Yep.
So I get your point, but I think Tank hit on the head. They're probably popular definitely because of COVID, and even for kids, the size that they are for, you know, young kids, and they can play with it in a house and not run over your toes and break a leg or, you know, knock somebody over type thing. They probably really make sense in that regards to get kids into an RC.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when daddy goes to the hobby store with you or with a kid and they say, oh, look at all these nice truck, and then the salesman shows him that one at $135, or a SCX 24 or a TRX4 at $800, guess which one daddy's going to choose for his son?
Yes.
$135.
Daddy's paying, so
Yeah, absolutely. Agree.
Yeah. You know, so.
Yeah, because that comes with a battery and a battery charger and all that stuff.
Yeah.
These 110 models, you have to buy all that stuff too.
Do you own any SCX 24s or anything in that scale, Keith Beanfield?
I got a little MN99. It's bigger than the 24 scale, but it's a little Defender.
I have things.
And what's
smaller.
your take on that scale?
It's cool. We drive it around at night. It's got lights on and everything. I got one for my wife.
Cool.
Go outside and drive it around. We haven't put no upgrades on it or anything.
But gentlemen, hey, but this is good. So you do enjoy using that vehicle, right?
Yeah.
Because right now we have
it's
been
not the 24 scale.
shredding.
Yeah,
but you do enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
Because we've been shredding that skill, you know, so far. And Keith likes it, you know, Greenfield, so we're good. You know, he's an opposite. And I don't know if Brian's on the panel. Is he there? No testing.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, he's there.
Do you own anything 124 scale crawler? Anything?
The smallest thing I own is a mini Revo.
Okay. But you don't own anything crawler wise in that scale?
No. I was interested in getting a SCX 24, but like John said, after playing with the Enduro, I'd probably go with the Enduro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be back in a minute. I'll get that little crawler.
I have a Mini Z that's even smaller, but it's not a crawler. The Mini Z is a race car. Hey?
Oh, right.
Yeah, the Mini Z race car, not the Mini Z crawler. And the other thing I have is an RC in a can, they call it. And it's the size of a Hot Wheel, but it's actually remote control.
Oh, really?
That's the smallest I have. Yeah.
That's cool. So what type of surfaces do you use? Like a desk or table?
Yeah, a desk or on the floor. No carpet, though. You can't run those on carpet.
Okay. So anybody here that dislikes anything in general, the RC world? I mean, I guess we pretty much covered anything, but and good thing I took that SCX2 out of my system, because I know I go on a rant every time I even mention it. So, but it's out of my system, gentlemen. I'm not going to bring it up again. I know I just brought it up, but you know my take on it. Yeah, I don't really think of anything else.
Hey, AZ Froggy, I know you weren't on earlier, I think, when I mentioned this. Hennessy unveiled a Venom F5 today. I got to see that in person. Pretty cool.
Cool. Well, it's past 11 o'clock here. It's 11:07. I'm going to turn into pumpkin, so I'll let you guys know. Go.
Yeah, getting ready to wrap up and show Beanfield's little RC here, and then.
Yeah, this is the MN99.
Is that metal body?
It's hard plastic.
Is that 18 scale?
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say 18 scale. The battery goes in the front. Yeah. Got another one from my wife. It's got the whole shell on it and everything. I cut all this off and put the rust on it and everything.
Cool.
That looks cool. It reminds me of a Samurai a little bit.
And so it's got lights on it and stuff. We just drive around in the house and stuff like that with it.
Very nice. Cool. But yeah, we'll actually start wrapping up. Beanfield, if you got anything you want to say to everybody that's on, let you start.
Yeah, appreciate you guys letting me chat with you, and and just stay safe. That's about it.
Absolutely.
Have a good one, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brian, you got any final words?
Thanks for letting me hang out with you guys tonight. And had fun last week.
Yep, definitely.
Thanks everybody in the chat for participating.
And everybody, thanks for joining us. I know we missed last Saturday. Sorry, I had my hands full crawling and having a good time.
We were both unavailable.
Yep. And I'll let RC. I'll let you, Gabe. I'll let you close this out.
Sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, I highly appreciate you guys coming into Saturday Night RC Live. Sorry we've been, incognito for these past days, but I'm pretty sure we'll be running things here back to normal. Hopefully you guys have a really, really good weekend. Go out and RC, have fun, break things, and, also work on things. Just don't just break it and just neglect it, right? So break it, fix it, and have fun. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, have a good weekend, and we'll see you guys next time.
Good night, everyone.